What if I told you that every period of prosperity you've ever witnessed, every booming stock market, every real estate surge, every moment the news said, the economy is stronger than ever, was never meant to last? What if the crash that comes after the boom isn't an accident at all? For more than a century, our global financial system has operated like a machine with a hidden switch, one that quietly turns abundance into scarcity, confidence into panic, and economic growth into economic collapse. And despite what politicians, bankers, and economists claim, the pattern is too perfect to be coincidence. Today, you're about to discover why every economic boom is engineered to end in a crash by design, not by mistake. Because behind every golden decade lies a shadow blueprint, a mechanism built deep into the structure of money itself, a system that ensures the same outcome again and again: boom, inflate, extract, collapse. To understand why crashes keep happening, we must start with the story nobody wants to tell: the origins of modern money. In the early 1900s, the world realized something powerful. Real money, backed by gold, limited their ability to create wealth out of thin air. Gold was finite, but their ambitions, limitless. So a quiet idea began spreading: if we remove the limits on money, we remove the limits on power. The first big move came in 1913 with the creation of the U.S. Federal Reserve, a central bank with the power to print the world's most influential currency. It claimed to protect the economy, but something much bigger happened. Money supply could now expand whenever those in charge wanted it to. The first domino fell. But everything changed in 1971, the day money stopped being real. When the gold standard was ended, money became unlimited. It could be printed, multiplied, and expanded without any physical anchor. And from that moment, debt became the new money. Governments could borrow infinitely. Banks could create loans out of thin air. Consumers could spend money they didn't have. And with this discovery, a new formula was born. More debt means more money. More money means more growth. Growth means the illusion of prosperity. The system realized something important. If debt keeps rising, the boom keeps expanding. But eventually, people stop borrowing. So how do you force more debt? Simple: create a boom. Lower interest rates. Make loans cheaper. Push the stock market upward. Inflate housing prices. Make everyone feel richer. And once people believe the good times will last forever, they borrow more than ever before. But here's the hidden truth: the boom is always built on borrowed money. Not productivity, not innovation, just debt. Look at history. The roaring 1920s, fueled by easy credit, massive boom. 1929 crash. Japan in the 1980s, cheap money, real estate mania. 1991 collapse. .com 1990s, credit expansion bubble. 2000 crash. Housing 2000s, zero regulation mortgages bubble. 2008 crash. The everything bubble of the 2020s, near zero rates, asset mania, global correction. Every boom has the same fingerprints. Every crash has the same origin. So why does the crash happen? Because debt always grows faster than the ability to repay it. And no matter how much central banks try to delay it, cutting rates, printing money, injecting liquidity, eventually the system reaches its breaking point. One small shock becomes the final grain of sand that collapses the entire mountain. And when the crash hits, the script is always the same. Assets fall. Ordinary people lose wealth. Banks and elites buy everything cheap. Governments rescue corporations first. Central banks promise reforms, but never deliver. Then they start injecting new debt. And the next boom begins. Because the system doesn't just allow this cycle, it depends on it. Every crisis becomes a reset, a reboot, a moment to clean the slate so debt can expand even further in the next round. If you look at the numbers, the pattern becomes undeniable. In 2000, global debt was $87 trillion. In 2008, $150 trillion. In 2020, $258 trillion. By 2024, over $310 trillion. Did wages grow like that? Did productivity? Did savings? No, only debt did. Because the entire structure of modern finance runs on one thing: continuous borrowing. And when the borrowing slows, the system forces a reset. Not through chance, but through design. Which leads us to the real paradox. The economy doesn't collapse because it fails. It collapses because it succeeds too much. Booms grow too fast, too unstable, too disconnected from reality. The crash becomes the pressure release valve. This is why every economic boom is engineered to end in a crash. The boom creates the crash. The crash creates the next boom. It's a perfectly engineered cycle, as long as the public never realizes it. So what does all this mean for you? Takeaway 1. Every boom is built on debt, ensuring collapse is guaranteed. Takeaway 2. Crashes are not failures. They are wealth transfer events that push assets upward. Takeaway 3. The cycle repeats because powerful institutions want it to. Debt is the engine, booms fuel it, crashes reset it. And here's the warning. The next crisis is already forming. Not because the economy is broken, but because the system is working exactly as designed. If this opened your eyes, share this video with someone who still thinks crashes are accidents. Subscribe and stay tuned, because in the next episode we expose who gets rich during crises and why it's never the average person.